because everything was mud. We had no streets, no sidewalks. Everybody had their mailbox across the street. Then eventually we had mail brought right to the house.
I was here when they had dirt roads. We had mailboxes by our roads. We had no running water. It was like the farms, like the country.
And if we went to visit a neighbor, you had to bring your flashlight because there weren't any lights. And it was rough.
We used to have meetings at my house, the political meetings. We didn't have, the big meetings that they have now.
So everybody took a vote on it, and we decided to call it Rosemont.
Memories are made of this.
It was 1956, and a 27-year-old visionary named Don Stevens was elected the first mayor of Rosemont, Illinois. His belief was that with the right kind of management and leadership, an 80-acre plot of undesirable swampland could be turned into a mecca for travel, hospitality, entertainment, and commerce. Attorneys for the fledgling town said it would never survive economically. Don Stevens didn't agree. He rolled up his sleeves and went to work.
The uniqueness of Stevens is that he's taken this tiny little village, which started off small and has grown but is still tiny, and turned it into a major player in the state. And for that, he deserves a great deal of credit.
In 1956, Chicago's Midway Airport had outgrown its runways. The jet age had dawned, and Mayor Richard J. Daley looked west to build his new airport. Young Mayor Stevens, wanting to seize the economic opportunity the airport would bring, forged an historic agreement with Chicago to detach a strip of Rosemont's land and give it to the city to form a link to O'Hare Field. In exchange, Rosemont received Lake Michigan water from a 48-inch high-pressure line, more than enough water to handle the kind of massive economic development Stevens envisioned.
Here was this airport that was going to be the busiest airport in the world. It made sense to me that this would be where the action was.
Welcome to Rosemont.
Rosemont welcomed O'Hare when other suburbs reviled it. Stevens saw it as an opportunity, not an objection. He leveraged Rosemont's location and proximity to the world's busiest airport and developed it just as he said he would. He worked tirelessly to attract commercial development and to build public infrastructure. A CTA rapid transit line, PACE bus lines, and a Metro commuter rail station linked Rosemont to other suburbs, to downtown Chicago, and to O'Hare Field, helping to bring thousands of workers to their jobs and millions of travelers to and from their destinations. Highways, expressways, and toll roads all converged in tiny Rosemont, making it a hub of automobile traffic, easy to get to and easy to get from. This transportation mix and Mayor Stevens' resolve turned tiny Rosemont and its 4,000 residents into an economic giant. Still a hands-on mayor after 50 years, Donald Stevens works every day, meeting the public and fielding phone calls from developers and political and civic leaders.
Now, is Blaze amicable to this?
From the office to the conference room,
I have no problem with it.
the mayor directs the business of this $1 billion a year municipal economy.
When you've seen the development that's come about over the last 50 years, a lot of it is due to the foresight and determination of one person. He's put the right people in place, he's taken the right components and put them together, he's been focused in his vision. He does run it like a business, and I think that's the right way to handle it. There is a bottom line to his budget, and he looks at that. He doesn't rely on the taxpayer to fund things over and over.
Don Stevens' vision made him a master developer in his own right. Office buildings, millions of square feet of them with some of the leading companies in the country, located in Rosemont. Streets and infrastructure to accommodate them. Hotels with some of the most prestigious names in the industry. But there is a quiet side to Rosemont too. Beautiful parks and recreation facilities. Stunning landscaping with millions of flowers throughout the village and some of the most magnificent water features and fountains in the region. So beautiful they are frequently used for wedding photos. Casual cafes and coffee shops dot Rosemont, but so do elegant clubs and exquisite restaurants with marquee names that are recognized across Chicagoland.
You must understand that 75% of our business comes from the village itself.
We have shrimp Dijon, our crab cake is excellent. We have a prosciutto with a homemade mozzarella.
On a busy night when there's a theater performance at the Rosemont Theater, a concert, let's say, at the Allstate Arena, and a convention going on at the convention center, there's not enough seats in this village to accommodate all the patrons.
Isn't that good? I hope you enjoy this.
Looks wonderful.
The Rosemont Theater, home to the Chicagoland Pops Orchestra, and host to renowned entertainers and shows. Rosemont's Allstate Arena, where collegiate and professional sports teams play, where superstars perform, and where family shows keep children riveted to their seats.
You know, it's really easy to get to as a family, and it's safe, it's convenient, the parking is great.
And Donald E. Stevens Convention Center, the biggest engine that powers Rosemont's economy.
We've always run it like a business. Like, I don't think anybody could tell you that they're running one of the top 10 exhibition centers in the United States with 9 permanent employees. Well, we are.
You look at the convention center, it is not funded by the taxpayer, it is not state funded. Over the years, the mayor has seen a need, and he's put the right people in place to grow the convention center in measured steps, and it's still a profit-making enterprise today. And that's, again, that goes back to running it like a business. The taxpayer does not have to fund this. What's happening is it's bringing in additional tax revenues to all the communities around here, frankly.
Rosemont's Convention Center, now the 9th largest in the country with 1 million square feet of meeting and exhibit space and banquet facilities, also offers catering services that feed thousands of people at a time. And it's the location of some of the largest trade shows in the business, drawing more than 1.5 million visitors each year from across the continent and around the world.
Seeing the entire facility really exploded, very high tech now. I've seen a lot of changes that you don't have to actually walk outside and get wet or things like that. The crosswalks, very convenient. Many hotels surrounding. Housing is very good. And the convention itself, the center itself, is very user-friendly.
We want the people to remember Rosemont as a pleasant experience, someplace where they enjoyed being, where they had a good time, they were treated well. That's I think, what I'd like to have.
And he's not done yet. Next on the drawing board, an exciting new entertainment complex, Rosemont Walk, a family-friendly environment with theaters, bowling alleys, fun for the children, an ice rink, shops, and restaurants, all in a warm, inviting retro streetscape. The mayor said many years ago, "To a degree, I'm a dreamer. You have to be to do what I do."
There are times that I don't believe that we've done it. I can remember, I'm getting to be the only one that can remember, what it was. When you drive down River Road and all you saw was curls of smoke coming from garbage dumps, it's just a completely different picture.
He is a true developer and a visionary. And quite honestly, he is probably one of the most outspoken, honest guys that I've ever been associated with in my life. Great guy.
he's done a hell of a lot, and it's a pretty good legacy.
I've always told my kids, the only thing that you want to do is try as you go through life, remembering that you want to leave this earth a little bit better than the way you found it. And I think that's really what I'd like. If it's better than when I got here, then I've done what I should do.
Donald E. Stevens, builder, developer, businessman, public official, political leader, friend and neighbor, mayor of Rosemont extraordinaire, the man who built the village that went to town.
The best is yet to come the day you're mine. Come the day